Good evening, everyone. Just want to thank the musicians one more time for that great music. So welcome, everybody. Welcome to St. Andrews. Welcome to the beginning of the class of 2022 commencement weekend. Welcome to the Sacrell Fieldhouse. And welcome to Awards Night. Exactly 30 years ago tonight, my husband Ty Jones and I were sitting here with our classmates. Not exactly here, because believe it or not, students, we used to hold this ceremony in the old basketball gym. All of these people. And that's where we were, in the place where you now play Cecil games. But a lot of water has gone under the bridge since then. And I am so incredibly honored to be able to preside over these events to honor the class of 2022. It's such a privilege to be standing here, approaching the conclusion of my first year as head of school. And it's been such a privilege to have this particular senior class as my very first senior class. This group of young people, this commencement, this celebration will always be incredibly special to me. Class of 2022, you have faced your fair share of adversity, and today we can say without reservation, you have come out on top. You have brought the joy, the courage, the work ethic, and the intelligence that was required to meet every challenge. You have never wavered in your faith in this school and your faith in each other, in this community, in your leadership, and in this year of rebuilding. All of that was absolutely necessary, and you did a wonderful job. We are so proud of you. And tonight, we will recognize a great many of you for your accomplishments in every area of school life. These awards recognize your work and your progress. We know that not even one of us in this room is a perfect person. We are all in the process of becoming. So, although we never reach that destination of perfection, it's a good thing to take a moment this evening and reflect on that journey, recognize how far you've come, and then express gratitude for everyone and everything that got you here. So I just want to try that for a second, that little exercise. So families, parents, siblings, friends, and teachers, please rise and join me to recognize our graduates and all they have accomplished. And now, graduates, I want you to consider what you've accomplished during this journey at St. Andrews, and think about all the effort, love, sacrifice, and support that all these people gathered here tonight have contributed to bring your life to this moment. And why don't you express your gratitude for all of these loved ones and mentors who have been so important on your journey so far. We need to practice that because we're going to spend the whole weekend doing just that, in small groups and at large. So thank you. And now let's award some prizes. Each group of prizes, athletic, artistic, academic, community service, and the underform prizes will be introduced by a member of the sixth form. So to introduce the athletic prizes, it's my honor to call on Jake Kelly.
I believe there should be some time in everyone's routine where they can feel free of their worries, their troubles, and their angst, and simply be. This activity may look different for each of us, but the reason I am up here tonight is to talk about the influence athletics have had on me and so many other people in this community. Athletics has been one of the greatest teachers in my life, as they are a microcosm of the real world. It forces us to deal with the external pressure of a crowd. It forces us to communicate with teammates. It instills discipline and perseverance. It forces you to embrace failure, as it too is in itself a great teacher. It teaches you how to deal with loss, and to the same extent, how to remain humble. And as you get older, it forces you into positions of leadership. Ultimately, sports play a different role in each person's life. And so tonight, I'd like to share with you all 4 of the greatest takeaways athletics has taught me. Number 1 are the relationships I've made from mutual passion for a sport. When I started playing basketball in the 3rd grade, my coach Nagy's motto was the phrase, outwork me. He believes hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. This mentality is something I've carried with me for a long time. This year in particular, it served me in the rainy day soccer practices, in the 30 down and backs after missing free throws, and in each perimeter and ground ball drill during the cross season. When a group of people, day in and day out, work, suffer, and compete together, an unbreakable bond is formed. Sports are often the first opportunities in each of our lives where, in order to be successful, we are forced to communicate, forced to compete, and forced to collaborate, forced to play selflessly. Other than just teammates, sports allows us to connect with and appreciate coaches, fans, and even opponents. Team dinners with Hutch and Carol, conversations before and after every game with Terrell, and even pick-up basketball with Coach Kirby. Sports creates bonds with our extended family at SAS, as alums and parents travel great distances to support the entire team. It is through a shared passion, willingness, sacrifice, and tenacious pursuit of a common goal that sports bring us together. Which brings me to my second takeaway. The journey is greater than the destination. What I found to be most fulfilling during my career at St. Andrews is not necessarily achieving the goal, but rather acknowledging the collective work and effort that went into achieving it. After all, what's a trophy or a championship but a representation of the season-long or lifelong work we put into the campaign? And so, what is a destination but a culminating moment encapsulating the journey that got me there? My third point, be in the moment. Terrell taught me a close game is won possession by possession. A playoff spot is earned game by game, and a legacy is earned season by season. So take each moment for what it is. It is nearly impossible to be successful in sports if the mind is attending to issues outside the game. Sports require focus and attention to the immediate goal at hand. Sports force us to be present. My last takeaway is, in my opinion, the most valuable, but also the hardest to reckon with, and it is this. All things must come to an end. Whether it be a game, a season, a career, a lifetime, or in this case, our time in high school, it will all inevitably end. The only constant is change. But someone very special to me once told me that we choose how to interpret change. We decide whether it is despondent or exciting. I've been roommates with Brandon Graves for 4 years, and I've known Frank Koblish since the summer going into sophomore year. I've only ever seen each of them cry once. That was this year during the final seconds of our quarterfinal game against Seaford. As time trickled down, we were forced to reckon with the fact that it was all over. We would not be going to the Bob. We would not be going back to the hotel to celebrate with the team. Terrell would end another season empty-handed, and we would never play basketball for St. Andrews again. And that hurt. But as we sat in the locker room and cried, I also realized I would have this team, this season, and this time at St. Andrews for the rest of my life. Yes, it was over, but I knew the memories we shared would last far beyond that grim gym in Southern Delaware. Now as we get ready to leave this place, I encourage all of you to count your blessings and recognize this enormous accomplishment. Through your hard work and pursuit of your passions, you created lasting relationships that will remain with you for a long, long time. Seniors, we have made it to another destination, but what is graduation but a culminating moment encapsulating our memories and journey through high school? So, as all of you go forward, remember to be present, be in the moment, because each moment will fade to the next, and you don't want to miss out on any part of the incredible experiences you all have ahead of you. My grandma, who is in the audience tonight, always used to say, yesterday is the past, tomorrow is the future, but today is a gift. That's why they call it the present. So first off, thank you to my mom and dad. I love you both more than you will ever know. Thank you to my teammates, my coaches, the entire community, and specifically the athletic department for a tremendous career and a lifetime of lessons and memories. I am beyond grateful for this place and these people. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jake. Before I read the Crescent Prize award winners, I'll be reading the All-State winners for the year. Football first team, Brandon I. Graves, Michael Bush Lilly Jr., Tony John Lang. Football second team, Phineas Thomas Sakai Hunt, Nicholas Vaughn Oxton, William Delaney, Ibrahim Kazi, Nicholas Osborne. Cross country, Lily Joanne Murphy, Leo Gordon. Boys soccer first team, William Callender Hurt IV. Boys soccer second team, Isaac Lawrence. Boys soccer third team, Tony John Wang. Boys basketball honorable mention, Brandon I. Graves. Swimming first team, Elizabeth Garnett Rainey. Swimming second team, Michael Novochescu and Kaizen Emery. Girls soccer second team, Anna Schneider. Tennis, Zoe Elizabeth Clowney and Georgia Davis, second doubles state champions. Alaire O'Brien Burrell, second place state final. Baseball and boys and girls lacrosse have not yet done their voting for the spring. And now the Crescent Prize. Awarded to the sixth form students who have demonstrated the greatest improvement in athletic skill, sportsmanship, and leadership. Presented by their advisors, Jesse Ewald, Jason Hansel, Brendan Daly, and Will Robinson II, Mary Holland Patterson Lunsford, Adelaide McKnight Dixon, Jake Thomas Kelly, and Michael Bush Lilly Jr.
Now I'd like to ask Sonal Bhatia to come and introduce the arts prizes.
Good evening. The arts at St. Andrews have given us students the opportunity to express our innermost thoughts and feelings, channeling our creativity both on a canvas and on stage. With the guidance of our instructors, we present to you elements of our work, our cultures, our beliefs, and quite frankly, we present to you a part of ourselves. These presentations often occur during Arts Weekend, when our beloved families, friends, and teachers arrive to support our gallery projects and stage endeavors. While doing so, our vulnerability is what strengthens the community fostered here at St. Andrews. Our instructors stand among the crowd, guiding and directing us all throughout. And I'd like to thank them sincerely for supporting us on this journey of finding ourselves and then expressing parts of that self to all of you. My journey in the arts took me down two paths, one being in dance and the other in technique. I was 10 years old when my parents enrolled me in a folk dance class. By then, they were sure that I had not inherited the athletic gene, so they thought to have me try something else. At first, dancing was such an overwhelming experience, but soon enough, I started to love it. To my parents, who drive me to rehearsals every Sunday morning, despite how much I initially hesitated, thank you. Thank you for helping me find something I truly love and for helping me learn more about myself. At St. Andrews, I ran into Mr. Gold during visit back day. As nervous as I was, Mr. Gold was excited. And what really made dance so special was the community that he fostered. We'd start each practice by talking about our feelings. Day by day, all the dancers began to feel more and more comfortable with one another. We began to share our dancing experiences and our cultural forms, making the dance program a place welcoming to all people. These dance rehearsals will forever remain a golden memory, as we meet in the afternoons and evenings to run through the entire show. Whether you were dancing to one song or five, you'd stay in the Cameron room, cheering every dancer on as they practice their piece and get feedback. That morning, we arrived at 8:30 for a final run before the 10:45 show. We were barely awake, yet Mr. Gold stood on Angle Park stage, bright and energetic, ready for another great show, but of course, with his Diet Coke in hand. In just 45 minutes, you experience and witness weeks and months of teamwork, collaboration, and of course, vulnerability. Meanwhile, our multi-talented cast of the musical warms up for another rehearsal down in Ford's Theater. Each afternoon, the cast members would race down to Ford's after class and begin practicing for showtime. The tech crew would run around and work around these cast members, preparing the backdrop for a wonderful show. Throughout this time, Mrs. Taylor would be supporting everyone to ensure the best possible performance, and my, what a spectacular show that was. This same theme occurs in the other arts as well. A whole year of practice, resilience, and hard work comes to fruition for our musicians, artists, actors, dancers, writers, and filmmakers during the best weekend of all, the Arts Weekend. And tonight's awards will honor some of that hard work, and the rest will be honored by your presence and support during each performance, gallery opening, and showing. To those in the audience who have yet to immerse themselves within the arts, I'd say that now is your time. To my third formers, this next year is an excellent opportunity to dive deeper into something you like or start afresh. There are so many open doors around you. Just feel free to start walking around. To my sophomores, the same follows for you as you dive into being an upper former. Keep putting yourself out there and know that we are so excited to have you learn more about yourself. To my juniors, I'd say to cherish it. Cherish every moment that you'll spend in the Art Center, and know that we are so excited to see your work become reality. And to my seniors, who either learned how to waltz with me during freshman year, or took their first photography class this year, just know that we should all be very proud of one another. We've put ourselves out there, we've chosen to be vulnerable, and together, all of us, we have strengthened this community. And so congratulations, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Sonal. While this evening, only a few students will be honored for their work in the arts, please know that we as a community have been tremendously honored by your work and your sharing in the galleries and on the various stages and in rehearsals. And your work is never forgotten, it lives on. Without further ado, let's begin. The Larry L. Walker Prize for Orchestral Music, awarded to students who have made outstanding contributions to the orchestra, presented by Instrumental Music Director Fred Geigersbach, to William Gion Yu, Michael Novachescu, and Rel Sun Trivitz. Walker Prize for Jazz Ensemble, awarded to the students who have made outstanding contributions to the jazz ensemble, presented by Instrumental Music Director Fred Geiersbach, to Jacob Peter Palecia and Austin Willis Daly.
Gentlemen, this is awarded to you for your talent, not your many interesting lunch announcements. The choir prize, awarded to the sixth form student who has contributed the most to the success and development of the choral program. Presented by Director of Choral and Vocal Music, Quinn Perrine, to Alani Giselle Davila. The Drama Prize, awarded in memory of John Fletcher Hennett Jr., class of 1953, to the students who have made his most significant contribution to the theater program in effort, creativity, and technique, and have shown exceptional artistic growth as an actor. Presented by me, to Michaela Christine Jones. The Hoover C. Sutton Drama Prize, awarded to the students in honor of Hoover C. Sutton, drama teacher at St. Andrew's School from 1980 to 1993, who has shown the greatest contribution to the theater program and technical work. Presented by me, Julian Sien. The Dance Prize, awarded to the students who have shown exceptional leadership, dedication, and artistry in dance, presented by Director of Dance Avi Gold to, and there's quite a list, Zoe Luna Armstrong, Sonia Bhatia, Anye Janaya Romeo, Lithuania Halabaja, Giselle Ashley Simpertiki Gomez, and Jiayi Yu.
The Carrie J. Advocate Photography Prize, given by the class of 1991 in memory of Carrie J. Advocate, whose love and passion for the arts will always be remembered by her classmates. Awarded to the student of photography who has shown a strong mastery of technical skills and presented a portfolio of creative images. Presented by me, to June Andrew Choi. The Film Prize, awarded to the students who have shown extraordinary creativity, technical skills, and dedication to the study of the moving picture in all its forms. Presented by film teacher Peter Hoops to Pranay Samwal.
Art Prize, awarded to the students who have contributed the most to the art program in effort, originality, and technique in various art forms. Presented by painting and drawing teacher Navantri Kelsey to So Yun So and Yu Yang. Purchase Prize, awarded to the student who has created an outstanding piece of artwork in either a minor or major classic arts course. This work is chosen by the school to enter its permanent collection, presented by painting and drawing teacher Navantri Kelsey to Tiang Tu Hu.
Congratulations, everyone. It's now my pleasure to invite Adelaide McKnight Dixon to introduce the academic prize. We open at the close. When Dr. Walsh began my final Latin class at St. Andrews with this quote last Saturday morning, I thought to myself, what an insightful idea. Wonder how we came up with that one. Turns out he stole it from Dumbledore, and my Harry Potter recollection game is not as strong as I thought it was. Nevertheless, as I think back to my academic experience at St. Andrews, I still believe the notion to be almost as insightful as if it really came from the words of Dr. Walsh himself. The idea of opening at the close is one that implies a sense of both continuity and renewal, a concept not unfamiliar to anyone who has studied with Dr. Walsh. After all, this is the beauty of the study of history, of classics, and of language. Exploring what themes, beliefs, and practices transcend time, determining what values and lessons we can take from the past, and which must be left behind. In this way, my study of the classics has taught me to approach life through constantly questioning, deliberately doubting, and persistently working to expand my learning. So in my mind, we open at the close. It's just another way of saying that the end is only the beginning. And it's a mindset instilled in all of us at St. Andrews, whether we're just beginning our journey here or entering an entirely new one. But as I approach the end of my academic journey here, the saying takes on an even deeper meaning for me. When Dr. Walsh introduced the concept in our final class, he had us analyze a poem titled Ithaca by a Greek poet named Constantine Kavafi. This poem begins with the declaration that as you set out for Ithaca, hope your road is a long one. As high schoolers, we think a lot about achieving goals, triumphing over obstacles, overcoming struggle. But when I reflect on my academic journey at St. Andrews, I don't fully believe that I have concluded my struggle, nor might I ever truly be ready to. I think about the math classes I've taken at St. Andrews. Wish I could narrow it down to just one that's challenged me, but truthfully, it's been every single one of them. Needless to say, math has never particularly been my strong suit, and I have definitely struggled each and every year to make it to this finish line. It's taken a few years, and it's taken many teachers pushing me to keep struggling, until I eventually learned to value my own work as much as any end result. When I think about my academic struggles, I also think about Dolly Parton. And anyone who knows me knows I'm thinking about Dolly a lot, but in the case of my research seminar class, I think about the countless extra hours I put into studying her influence on societal perception of feminism and authenticity. Research that I knew wouldn't make it into my final paper, but I did because I actually started to enjoy the process. I think about the many nights that I've stayed up much later than I know I should have looking back. Totally engrossed in that humanities paper, that heated conversation with my roommate about Beloved. I'm not saying you should stay up past your bedtime, but what I am saying is that St. Andrews has shifted my perception of the word struggle, instilling in me a sense of excitement and craving for it rather than dread. St. Andrews is a place that celebrates immersion in the learning process, whether in roundtable discussions, the exhibition process, its collaborative approach to problem solving, or just through teachers that cultivate such a contagious commitment to and passion for learning. I feel incredibly lucky to have studied from teachers like Dr. Walsh, who constantly urges me to keep struggling, to lean into moments of uncertainty and challenge. Like Mr. Torrey, who's taught me that learning actually requires vulnerability with oneself and others. Like Ms. Pressman and Hansen, who pushed me to test the limits of my own capabilities as well as the boundaries of what is knowable in the world around me. And so many other teachers sitting here tonight. So thank you, St. Andrews, for teaching us to savor the struggle, to engross ourselves in it. May we all continue to open at the close for the rest of our lives.
Thank you so much, Adelaide, for that beautiful talk. The Chester E. Baum Prize for English, given by the members of the English Department in honor of Chester O. Baum, for 29 years an outstanding teacher of English at St. Andrews School. To the sixth form students who have excelled in English scholarship. Presented by English Chair Neil Moretti to William Callender Kirk IV, William Alexander Vogel, and Adelaide McKnight Dixon. The Charles H. Welling Jr. Prize for Writing, given by members of the class of 1945 in honor of their classmate Charlie Welling, writer and raconteur, to the students who have produced exemplary nonfiction writing in all disciplines throughout their career at St. Andrews. Presented by me to Emily Susan Murphy. The Amanda C. Leon Prize for Creative Writing. Given in memory of Amanda C. Leon, class of 95, by her classmates, to the student who has excelled in creative writing. Presented by English Chair Neil Moretti to Madison Grace DeGia Michaelinsel and John Hunter Melton. The Lewis C. Nandes Library Prize is given in memory of Lewis C. Nandes Jr., school librarian, to the student who has demonstrated a love of books and a deep appreciation for the library. Presented by Director of the Library, Lisa Myers, to Yvenia Halabajak and Lila Darden Schumann. The Sherman Webb Prize for History, awarded to the students who have done outstanding work in history. Presented by history teacher and Dean of Faculty Development Emily Pressman to William Andres Atkinson, Sonal Bhatia, and June Andrew Choi.
The W. Lewis Fleming Prize for French, given by the alumni in memory of W. Lewis Fleming to the student of French who is most deserving in interest, effort, and achievement. Presented by French teacher Dr. Pam Piers to Daniel Jiahun Huang. The Nancy K. Hargrove Prize for Spanish is given by Joe Hargrove, class of 1967, in memory of his wife, who was a great admirer of St. Andrews. It's awarded to the students who have done outstanding work in Spanish. Presented by Spanish teacher Viviana Davila to Emily Susan Murphy, and to Giselle Ashley Semperjagi Gomez. The Chinese Prize is awarded to students who have done outstanding work in Chinese. This is presented by Chinese teacher Chia-Chi Chu to Jake Thomas Kelly and Austin Willis Daly. Kurt Voorhees Prize for Classical Languages, given by his children in memory of their father, G. Kurt Voorhees, Latin teacher at St. Andrew's School from 1935 to 1962. Awarded to the students who have done outstanding work in Latin and Greek. Presented by Classical Languages Department Chair Dr. Phil Walsh to Adelaide McKnight Dixon. The Walter L. Harrison Prize for Mathematics, given in memory of his mother by Walter L. Harrison, class of 1966, to a student of high achievement, whose work in mathematics is distinguished for its depth of interest, imagination, and creative thinking. Presented by Math Department Chair Dr. Harvey Johnson to Tiai Yuan. John Anthony Higgins Award for Mathematics, given by members of the Math Department in honor of John Higgins, a beloved and legendary math teacher at St. Andrews from 1980 to 2012. Awarded to a student who shares John's joy for learning, who appreciates the beauty, precision, and utility of mathematics, and who seeks to infuse his passion with others. Presented by Math Department Chair Dr. Harvey Johnson to Sarah Rose Odutola. Computer Science Prize, awarded to the student of computer science who has demonstrated exceptional skill, understanding, and depth of interest in the field of computer science. Presented by computer science teacher David Myers to Sonal Bhatia. William Day Scott Prize for Science, awarded to the student who has taken at least two science courses and through performance in these courses has demonstrated real promise in the field of science. Presented by Science Department Chair Dr. Ashley Hyde to Tiai Yuan and William Jiang Yu. William H. Amos Prize for Life Sciences. Given by William H. Amos, member of the faculty from 1947 to 1985, to the students who have demonstrated exceptional interest and ability in the life sciences. Presented by life science teacher Dan O'Connor to Tiai Yuan and Austin Willis Daly. The Virginia Layton Orr Prize. In recognition of Virginia Layton Orr's efforts to preserve Cape Hamilton State Park and other natural areas, this award is given to students who have made significant contributions to the environment. Presented by environmental science teacher and sustainability coordinator Bertie Miller to Alaire O'Brien Burrell and Isabel Pearl Kavanaugh Howell. The Walden Pell Prize for Religious Studies. Given in honor of Walden Pell, the first headmaster of St. Andrew's School, to students of the sixth form whose work in religious studies is distinguished for its understanding of the relationship between faith and learning. Presented by Religious Studies Department Chair Terrence Gilhaney to June Andrew Choi, William Alexander Vogel, and Lois Sunham Lee. L. Spalding Award is awarded to the fourth form students who have achieved a commendable academic record by distinctive effort. Presented by fourth form academic advisors Stephen Mafuka and Dr. Max Schrem to Bai Hao Bao and William Lin. Parker Prize. Given by Harry C. Parker, class of 1964, in memory of his father, Harry C. Parker, to the sixth formers who have achieved the greatest academic improvement during their career at St. Andrews. Presented by sixth form academic advisors Anna Hastings and Mark Hammond to Elizabeth Garnett Rainey and Edmund Humphrey Vincent Haley.
Congratulations, everyone. We'll hear now from Sunny Trivets, who will introduce Community Service Credit.
Good evening. Every week, I look forward to my favorite day, Wednesday. Not because it's hump day, or because I'm counting down the days until the weekend, but because that is when St. Andrews goes out into the Middletown community to volunteer and help people. Wednesdays for me meant singing Let It Go to a little girl who wouldn't stop crying in the pool and helping her blow her nose. Wednesdays meant teaching people how to swim butterfly and dive into the pool because never attempted that skill before. Wednesdays meant I would help people learn the essential life-saving skill of swimming, and Wednesdays meant smelling like bromine for the rest of the day. I love Wednesdays because we fulfill our mission at school, which states, we urge students to be actively involved in community service with the understanding that all members of the community share responsibility for improving the world in which we live. Volunteering is optional, meaning we don't get hours to graduate, but we do it out of grace. We at St. Andrews School have ample privileges and resources that we need to give back to the larger community that we are a part of. We volunteer not because of a reward, but because volunteering itself is a reward. Service is essential to me and the whole community because when we commit to others, we develop accountability. We form true connections, friendships, and mentorships when we come alongside each other. When we celebrate each other, we become one, and that forms love and appreciation. When we are with each other, we seek to understand our unity and empathy. I'd like to say thank you to Mr. Hutchinson and Ms. Lazar for helping inspire us students to give back to something larger than ourselves. Thank you to Al Richards and Ed McKeely for running the large community service programs. Thank you to Adelie Dixon and Lee Wrightson for leading mentoring. Thank you to Adele Akingos and Anya Romeo for leading adaptive dance. Thank you to all the faculty, staff, and especially special thanks to Karen Wright and Stephen Boone for transferring us every Wednesday to our designated locations. Thank you to all of the student body for volunteering their time throughout this year. Finally, thank you, Madison McClinton, for being my partner and helping me lead athletics. I was so sad when I heard we wouldn't be able to go this year. And thank you for telling me not to quit ADAPT quad freshman year because I really wanted to quit. You have inspired me to do more of my time, and I'm going to miss our Wednesday pool adventures with Cody and Emily. To peers, adults, and especially underclassmen, volunteer this summer, volunteer when you return in the fall, start something new, ask questions, ask for help, and often you are left in great hands. Thank you.
Diane Miller Community Service Award, named in honor of Diane Miller, exuberant teacher and counselor at St. Andrews from 1984 to 2005, who helped build and develop the community service program, and then, by her example, dedicated her energies and spirit to the service of others. Presented by me to Elliot Louise Richards, Adelaide McKnight Dixon, June Andrew Choi, and Ralph Sun Triggers.
Now I'll call on Brandon Graves to introduce the underform prizes.
How y'all doing? You honor me over? Student life is one of the best and most important parts of attending St. Andrews. And like I've learned about many things during my time here, student life is absolutely what you make of it. What you put into this community, what you get out. Sometimes that's hard because it's usually involves you deciding whether or not to push yourselves outside your comfort zone. Coming in as a first-year student, I really didn't know what to expect. I never imagined going to a boarding school, and despite living in Delaware my entire life, I have never heard of St. Andrews School. But once I visited the campus and spoke to some of the students, I was open to the possibility of embracing a boarding school community. Growing up, I was raised as the only child. I had older siblings, but I always felt that I had missed out on experiencing a real sibling connection since I didn't share a household with them. I missed out on having late night talks, hanging out in the community together, or just being intentionally annoying towards each other. Instead, I spent the majority of my time alone in my room playing video games with people I met online. My first week at St. Andrews was a blur. My roommate Jake, a cool, goofy kid from New York, and I clicked automatically. There was immediate friendship because we shared similar backgrounds, especially being an only kid growing up in our households. The first week, Jake and I hit the ground running, participating in the traditional square dance, orientation day, and grueling football practices in the first week of classes. I must admit, all these events tested my emerging organization and time management skills. My first weekend, we indulged in the crossing run. At this point, I was still a little reserved because I only knew my St. Andrews big brother Mark and Jake. On the bus ride to Wendy's, I can remember blasting Mo Bamba over and over to the point where I'm pretty sure some of my classmates would have known that name. Finally, after a long hour car ride, we arrived at Wendy's where we all gathered and enjoyed our Frosties. Of course, I didn't purchase a Frosty because I'm a very picky eater. As many of you know, a nice meal to me is considered chicken nuggets, fries, and a Irish bread. I'm not gonna lie, being with all these new people and a random Wendy's made me think to myself, Mom, what have you got me into? During my 4 years, we experienced a pandemic where we were forced to participate in remote learning. It was a time, despite what was going on around the world. My classmates, I fully understood how much fun we had been experiencing together and how much we missed hanging out with each other. Fast forward, and here we are, the class of 2022. The year has been sweet as we've come together and cheered for one another at athletic tournament games, at Saturday night dances, school events on the front lawn, just hanging out together and enjoying the smaller moments in the dining hall an hour after everyone finished eating. Honestly, I can admit that I now know how to have fun with others. Although I still play video games, now I play with friends, admittedly sometimes a little too loud. Over the past 4 years, I have grown into a very sociable and, I like to think, funny guy. Some people would say I'm hilarious. Nowadays, you can catch me laughing and enjoying time, hanging out with my friends in my room or around campus, participating in dorm function, especially if it involves some food, or at the gym playing basketball. I was able to take advantage of living at school and creating bonds and friendships that would last a lifetime. After being on campus and experiencing what community offers, I can proudly say that I have more brothers and sisters than I could ever imagine. I will cherish these siblings' bonds forever.
Calder Prize, given in honor of Dr. Joseph R. Calder and Virginia Calder, and awarded to the third form students who combine the qualities of good scholarship and a commitment to the service of others. Presented by third form academic advisors Jennifer Carroll and Chris Sanchez to Peter Charles Bird and Leah Horgan. J. Thompson Brown Award, given to the students below the sixth form who have made greatest contributions to community life. Presented by me and Dr. Ashley Hyde to Isaac Lawrence and Lily Joanne Murphy. The Malcolm Ford Award, in memory of Malcolm Ford, given to the students below the sixth form who best combine the qualities of leadership, good sportsmanship, and a cheerful spirit. Presented by their advisors Patrick Moffett and Terrence Gilheeney, to Nicholas Carl Osborne and Si-Yoon Kwan. Robert H. Stegman Jr. Award, given in honor of Bob Stegman, inspirational history teacher, academic dean, assistant headmaster, and dean of faculty at St. Andrews from 1978 to 1999, awarded to the fifth form students in the top academic ranks of their class who have demonstrated intellectual leadership and who have made exceptional contributions to the life of the school and community. Presented by their advisors Jason Hansel and Xiaoqi Chu, to Zachary Kamal Adelaide and Shufei Xu.
Congratulations, everyone. That was really wonderful. What a great way to start the commencement weekend. And I'm glad we just concluded with those underform prizes because it's a good time to consider the service and leadership of our underformers as the seniors who are graduating will be transitioning the leadership of the school to the next group of students. And in a moment, the co-presidents of the sixth form, leading and standing in for their entire class, pass the gavel and pass the leadership of the school to the next class. We always say here, the caretakers and creators of St. Andrew's culture are our students. And this moment is an important one in ensuring the continuity of all that we value as a school community. But before we do that, I want to recognize our co-presidents, Anya Romeo and Liam Hurt, for all they have done for the school this year, and all they have done for me. I could not have asked for two better leaders to begin my tenure as head of school. They have kept our spirits high and never complained, as they spent hundreds of hours working on behalf of all of us during a time of change and transition. Anya and Liam, you have been selfless, empathetic, thoughtful, and endlessly energetic as our co-presidents this year. Thank you for helping me, and thank you for leading your class and the entire school during this year of transition and opportunity. Please come forward to pass the gavel.
evening, St. Andrews family. Excuse my little cold. We'd like to take some time to just thank all the underperformers and parents for supporting us throughout this year. It's been an interesting one, managing the pandemic and bouncing back from being away for almost 2 years. But we thank you so much for supporting us during all of the dances and events that we threw and showing up. You made our job a lot easier. We were so grateful that we got to be your presence this year.
Yeah, you guys, the underperformers, are really the heart and soul of the school, so we just want to thank you for that. And especially the juniors who have just become such a great leaders in the school, and we're so excited to manage you guys and ladies. And in particular, for the Trinity, you guys have come up here and you got congrats.
We just want to thank the seniors for open school through the change for the past few years. Zoom classes, COVID tests, short schedules, missed conditions, new faculty, new headmaster. You all really maintain the energy and positivity of the student body. We're so grateful for each and every one.
Class of 22, you guys have led from many roles as great team captains, RLs, heads of affinity groups, clubs, classmates, supporters, and most of all, friends. You have shown the school and the student body what it means to truly be a saint, and your presence will be missed, but we wish all of you the best of luck on your endeavors.
Another thank you to Lee and Anya for showing us what a great presidency and leadership looks like. We really make sure to fulfill next year.
And thank you to our class for believing in Ford and I to lead the student body next year. We can't wait to build upon the seniors' leadership anymore. Thank you.
And now, to close out the evening, we have a farewell to the class of 2022. On behalf of her class and all of us, I want to salute MJ Jones for her tireless work on this tribute to the class. MJ, you have poured so much energy, time, and love into this farewell. Thank you for helping us tell the story of the class of 2022 at St. Andrews. MJ, will you come and introduce your work?
Hi everyone. So initially I took the task of doing this slideshow as a way to not do work here in my senior spring. But it has transformed into a really great way for me to reflect on these past 4 years and to really realize how much I love this school and how much I miss being here. And this really just serves as not only a thank you to our parents, our probably biggest supporters, our family, and the teachers that support us every day here, but also to each other. I think we can all say we've been through some hard times with each other, and we're always there to smile at each other and celebrate so many great school traditions. So, oh, also, can the sixth form just come up and sit right here so we can all watch it together?
String us along.
Thank you, MJ. Thank you, class of 2022. That was fantastic. So with that, our evening comes to an end. Congratulations once again, all the parents, all the members of this incredible class, and all of the folks who won prizes this evening. Our seniors will be here for the continuation of a night filled with many traditions and time together before hopefully at some point later going to bed. And the rest of us, well, we should go to bed early and get ready for tomorrow. The graduates will be running on adrenaline, but the rest of us will require sleep. We gather again for the baccalaureate service. The seniors and their families should be seated in the chapel by 9 a.m. And until then, good night, everyone, and safe travels.